You step off the treadmill at the gym. You glance at your arms in the mirror. You've been putting in the hours, but someone else seems to gain muscle twice as fast. You assume it's your routine, your diet, or maybe just bad luck. But the real answer is far stranger. The difference isn't in your workout. The difference was written in your DNA over 40,000 years ago, in encounters between your ancient ancestors and a species that lived in the caves of Europe and Asia. Yes, we're talking about Neanderthals. Around 47,000 years ago, modern humans migrating out of Africa interbred with Neanderthals in parts of Eurasia. From that interbreeding, most people outside Africa inherited between 1 and 2% of their DNA. But some inherited something particularly valuable, a Neanderthal version of the growth hormone receptor. This receptor is a protein on the surface of your cells. Its job is to receive signals from growth hormone released by your brain, telling cells to grow and divide. The modern human version works fine, but the Neanderthal version is different. It has 2 changes in its amino acid structure, and that small difference makes a big difference. In the lab, researchers grew cells carrying both versions, then exposed them to growth hormone. The result was striking. Cells with the Neanderthal receptor grew 40% more than cells with the modern human version. The Neanderthal receptor responds more strongly to growth hormone and sends a stronger signal for cells to grow and multiply. But does this translate to real differences in our bodies today? The answer is yes. Researchers analyzed data from over 1.1 million adults. Adults carrying the Neanderthal version had, on average, about 270 grams more muscle mass than those without it. Some sources report up to 285 grams. The number varies slightly, but it centers around 270 to 285 grams. Let's be precise, though. That 270 grams isn't just extra muscle in your arms. Researchers found it distributed throughout the body, roughly in limb muscles and trunk lean mass. And here's another fascinating detail. The effect doesn't appear in childhood. Researchers examined data from over 6,000 children under 11 and found no link between this genetic variant and muscle mass. The effect seems to emerge later, possibly during puberty, when growth hormone levels spike. But surely, you might be thinking, this difference is tiny, just 270 grams. Could it be a statistical fluke? The researchers themselves noted that the evidence from the lab and from the population aligned in a way that is rare to see. Not just one number, but 2 different lines of evidence telling the same story. Now the question is, who are the carriers? Where is this Neanderthal variant found today? The answer might surprise you. Neanderthals lived in Europe, so you'd expect Europeans to carry the most of these genes. But reality is different. The Neanderthal version of the growth hormone receptor is particularly common in South and East Asia. In some South Asian populations, up to 24% of people carry it. In contrast, only about 0.5% of Europeans carry it. Why the disparity? Researchers speculate it could be due to a founder effect. Population bottlenecks in the past made some genetic variants more common by chance. Or perhaps later migration waves from Africa diluted the Neanderthal DNA in Europe. Regardless, this genetic variant still affects millions of people today. But this gene doesn't carry the full responsibility for your physique. Hugo Zeberg, who led the study from the Karolinska Institutet in Sweden, stated that this genetic variant is just one of many factors influencing growth and body shape. It can't explain the entire Neanderthal body structure, and it certainly doesn't determine your overall appearance. Co-author Miriam Berreiter, a CrossFit enthusiast, put it best. But even a Neanderthal growth hormone receptor is no substitute for training. Genes give you a boost, but hard work in the gym is what truly builds muscle. But the deeper question isn't just about your muscles. Neanderthal genes still affect you today, tens of thousands of years later. Have you ever wondered what other traits you inherited from your ancient ancestors? About your ability to fight disease, or even the shape of your jaw and the roots of your teeth? Your genes carry a story far longer than you imagine.